is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 29 to 35. As Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the commandments in his hands, he did not know that the skin of his face had become radiant while he conversed with the Lord. When Aaron, then, and the other children of Israel saw Moses and noticed how radiant the skin of his face had become, they were afraid to come near him. Only after Moses called to them did Aaron and all the rulers of the community come back to him. Moses then spoke to them. Later on, all the children of Israel came up to him, and he enjoined on them all that the Lord had told him on Mount Sinai. When he finished speaking with them, he put a veil over his face. Whenever Moses entered the presence of the Lord to converse with him, he removed the veil until he came out again. On coming out, he would tell the children of Israel all that had been commanded. Then the children of Israel would see that the skin of Moses' face was radiant. So he would again put the veil over his face until he went in to converse with the Lord. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it." The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, in today's first reading, we hear, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the Testament in his hands, he was not aware that the skin of his face was radiant after speaking with Yahweh. And there was a change in the outer appearance of Moses, which he was not aware, but the people of Israel could experience. And this is a clear evidence given to you, my dear brothers and sisters, that when we meet God, when we experience in a deeper way the message of God, the living God, that we should experience some kind of a change, not as mere outer change as we experience here in Moses, but very especially our way of life. And that is the only way that we can witness that we have met Jesus, that we have met God, living God. If you and I take part in the Holy Mass or for a praise and worship service or any other religious activity, that the people who lives with us, the others should experience some kind of a change in our lives. And that is our challenge. When we experience that, we should have that change for better. In the Holy Gospels, we have such characters like Zacchaeus, Mary of Magdala, Matthew. When they had this great encounter with Jesus, there had been a change. The way of life, their attitudes, even their occupation, whatever the way, we experience some kind of a change. And this is the very calling of you and calling of myself. To experience Jesus in a deeper way and to show it out with a change for better. Without a change in our lives, even though we take part in many religious activities, we hear the preaching or the word of God, we cannot give a meaning for such religious activities. Only through this change, we may introduce Jesus, the living God, and the power of the word of God and the power of the Holy Mass to others. So let's ask our good Lord to bless this change for better in today's readings and all the religious activities that we take part. God bless you all.